Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got the CRKT Cuatro here with me for a review. And as usual, we're going to analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy. But first of all, let's just check out how big this guy is. Overall length is going to be 7.6 inches with a 4.5 inch long handle and 3.2 inch long blade. This is a very interesting size. I think it's also looking pretty good. Let's check it out up against some other options from CRKT. This is the Maven, and this guy over here is the Montosa right over here. So very, very comparable, almost like identical in size. Also, these three are from Richard Rogers as designed. And also, yeah, we've got the Inara over here, also CRKT and also Richard Rogers design. And let's see some other couple smaller options. These are also from my wife's collection. This is the James Brand, the County. Right over here, nice little slip joint. What else do we have? Let's do the usual suspects over here. This is, of course, Ontario Rat number 2, and we've got the Ontario Rat number 1 right over here, as you can see, right in the middle of these two pretty popular guys, as well as we're gonna do Spyderco Para 3 and Spyderco Para Military 2. Also, again, right in between these really, really popular options offered by Spyderco. And what else can we show you guys? Let's do a little guy right over here. Really love this little fella over here. This is the Shirogorov Neon Zero and bigger brother Shirogorov Hati R. Love this guy. Look at this silver blue twill, marine blue, whatever twill, beautiful going on. What else can I show you guys? Of course, let's do Custom Knife Factory 520, Philippe Georget design, and something big like Toulet by Reiki Knives. And just check this out. This is a Fade Anno Holt Blade Works Spectre V3 Prestige Dama steel blade, just gorgeous knife, really, really good size, and has some similarities, not the price, but some blade to handle ratio pretty similar. This is also Koenig Knives Arius Style 55 Generation 4, beautiful, gorgeous knife. And also let's do another one, since we have it here, Custom Knife Factory Snafu 2.0 Peter Rassenti design. So guys, this is the CRKT Cuatro. It's a very, very interesting liner lock offering by CRKT, designed by Richard Rogers, really, really cool knife maker. He has some very sleek designs for sure. I mean, look at this guy. This one is sleek. It's a very inexpensive knife. This is gonna run you around $50. It's a liner lock with G10 scales, which are kind of like 3D milled. There's a nice contouring going on. You can see these lines like a topographic line, because they're gonna reveal the structure of the 3Dness. As you can see, this is not just a flat slab of G10, but it's nicely contoured. And come on, guys, this is pretty slick. It's a liner lock. There's only one liner, like right over here in this side. Under this presentation scale, basically there's nothing. It's just a plain slab of G10. There is no internal chamfering, just a little bit going on the outside. But overall, this is gonna be nice and grippy for sure, guys. Look at this. It's pretty cool. There's no lanyard hole, and just a couple of standoffs right over here and one pillar over here. I don't think, yeah, I mean, you could pass the lanyard through this pillar over here, but yeah, it would be a little bit close to the tip of the blade, nothing too crazy, so probably you could pull that off, a lanyard right over here. You've got a very simple construction here, guys. One pivot over here, two handle screws, and you're done. This is a liner lock. So you're gonna have a stainless steel liner right over here, so no need for lock face insert. And this scale over here is gonna act as a natural lock bar stabilizer. You've got this area here with which is lacking some jimping. I have to say I would have appreciated a little bit of jimping going on over here, but it's still pretty much doable. The only jimping is going to be right here in the flipper tab, where it's going to serve not so much as jimping for the push button, which is very, very difficult to achieve, but it's going to be mostly for the light switch deployment method. So just some jimping right over here. Hardware is nicely flush with the handle. This pivot is protruding a little bit. You're gonna need a T8 to unscrew this guy, and these are T6. So really straightforward disassembly for this video. Please check out my disassembly video for this guy as well. This is an overall interesting knife. Also because like the pocket clip has a very, very cool feature, which is like this. Look at these two screws are completely flush with the pocket clip, and this means that they're not gonna snag into your the fabric of your pocket when you slide this guy in and out. So really, really cool design. Of course, it's dip carry, tip up carry only. It's not reversible. It's just gonna stay on this side, and has a very, very nice springy action. Just a little bit of a hot spot. We're gonna check this guy a little bit later. The blade of the Cuatro is 3.2 inch long HCR13 MOV steel. This is a drop point blade, flat grind, nice swedge going on, reaching the tip right over here, nicely bead blasted finish, belly I would say up to 30%, and straight edge up to up to here. So this is a little bit of an issue, I think, because look at the edge right at the end. It's extremely thick behind the edge, this guy right over here, and it has been sharpened up to the plunge grind right over here. So there's a sharpening choil right over here, but as you can see, the edge widens a lot right over here, and it's pretty much consistent up to here and widens again right over here up to the tip. So there's no edge symmetry going on. There's some nice grind symmetry for sure, but the edge, it's not ideal. I think they should have moved the plunge grind a little bit further back to have still some thin edge going on, but instead you can clearly see it in this point that that's not the case. What it's really, really cool, I think it's the flipper tab protruding just a little notch right over here. Nick Shabazz is going to be pretty happy about this guy for sure, because the action also is very good in the deployment. There is the classic CRKT billboarding going on, the logo in the front, the model, the designer, the bearings logo, and this, I believe it's the model number or the serial number right over there. The sound this guy makes when open, it's really, really cool. It's a nice, sharp, kind of blasting thwack. Very, very cool. When you close it, very unobtrusive clink, but very solid thwack when opening. So I appreciate this this contrast when opening and closing the knife. Really good. And it's okay, but this is pleasant. It means it translates into something strong. I don't know, something kind of like sturdy. It's interesting. Also, what is really, really interesting of this guy is the weight. Guys, this guy is weighing in at 3 ounces, so super light in the pocket, because mainly this is just G10 scale. There's nothing going on this side, no liners on this side. Liner is just on this lock side right over here. In fact, the pocket clip is screwed in right into the liner. Maybe you can see right there. Just a couple of standoffs and just one pin right over here to serve as a pillar. So construction really simple, and that's why this guy is pretty light in the pocket. If you squeeze the handle, you're gonna get a little bit of hot spot coming up from this pocket clip ramp right over here. So there's just one spot, and it's that, and that is digging right into this spot in the palm of my hand, so I can feel it. There's a hot spot clearly for me right there. Not really much when you do the reverse grip, because you see this finger is gonna just be right here, so it's gonna expose this in between the fingers, so it's gonna work pretty nicely in the reverse grip. But in the classic grip, yeah, I can still feel that sharp edge going on right over there. As I said, there's no jimping going on here, so it's gonna be a little bit slippery here. I mean, it's all right. You're not gonna perform any extreme task. You're not gonna be batoning or doing anything crazy with this guy. But overall, I mean, it feels enough solid, especially for the price, because yeah, you can introduce some flex if you squeeze the handle, so that means the rigidity of the overall structure is not ideal, because I'm assuming that these two standoffs are in a very recessed position, so maybe one a little bit over here would have created a stronger structure overall, but yeah, I mean, nothing too crazy, so still acceptable, I would say. The texture is pretty smooth. Actually, there is a little bit of grippiness to this G10 scale, so it feels a little bit grippy. It's not like 100% like super smooth, for example, like this smooth carbon fiber going on over here, but it's a little bit rough, so it's good for the traction you're gonna get when gripping into this blade. There's no blade play, there's no blade like a thumb ramp over here, and that's why you're gonna see it nicely sitting flush with the profile of the blade like that. Also, the blade is perfectly centered, I would say. No way you're gonna be able to snag the tip. Right over here, you've got a nice feeling when extending the clip. There's a nice tension. This is like deep carry pocket clip, and just that much is gonna stick out of from your pocket. So it's really good. And something even better, you don't have the billboarding going on like as you usually do in CRKT knives. So really slick and gentleman looking one. Really appreciate that cleanliness in the look. Deployment speed is also, if you do a light switch, guys, this is fast. I was honestly impressed, and the angle of the jimping, it's nicely parallel, let's say, with this angle here, and it's really good, and it works wonder, like with the light switch, 100% reliable deployment. If you do like a push button, yeah, not really, but light switch, oh yeah, of course, it works really good, and it's pretty finger sore free. Also very smooth, because yeah, the caged bearings going on are very nicely, creating a smoothness, a smooth effect with the opening action. Really good. The detent strength, I would say it's on the medium side, so nicely dialed in. There's not really any kickback when deploying the blade, because it's thin stock, so it's not really heavy, so it's not gonna drag your handle away from your hand. I mean, the action is gonna feel pretty good. As I said, there's a little bit of a hot spot going on over here. No rattling when shaken, so it's nicely put together. There's a little bit of lacking jimping on this liner lock in order for it to be disengaged, but nothing too crazy. You can still do it, but I would have preferred something like a cutout, or this maybe sticking out, but I get it. It would have taken away from the sleek design of this. It's pretty clean, guys. These lines are really classy and really clean, so I get it why they didn't do that. But that's not the easiest lock bar to disengage. Of course, there's no lock stick because it's a liner lock, so steel on steel, and there's a little bit of a hard step because there's no detent ball ramp. As soon as you disengage the lock bar, you see the blade just free falling. When you put the knife in the vertical position, you're not gonna have any guillotine effect because you have to just shake it a little bit in order for it to close. But overall, this is a pretty interesting knife. It's inexpensive. The design is really sleek and really classy. It's I would say like a cheap gentleman's knife, looking good. There's a little bit of issue right over here and right over here, but and a little bit of hotspot going on over here for the feeling department, but overall looks good. The thwack opening sound is very nice. The grip is okay. So overall, I mean, it's not too bad for the price you're gonna pay for this guy. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.